Hello, everybody. This is John Evans, and you're watching another episode of Mid-Mod Money, the show that teaches you how to buy and sell vintage items for a profit. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. I can only assume you're going to like this episode, so remember to hit that like button at the end and subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, you've got to get on board because the first Monday of the month we give away something vintage to a subscriber who comments. So that's key. The subscriber status is the nest egg of mid-mod money in a way. So let's talk about what we're going to be looking at today, which is it's a themed episode. We've done a few themed episodes. We've done Tupperware. We've done factory art. We did Sirocco. Well, today's themed episode is folk art. And if you don't know what folk art is, it is what it sounds like it is. It is art done by regular folks, regular, just like you and me, people that have skills to do something. Now, most people define folk art as the item has to be useful or utilitarian. It has to have some sort of purpose, true folk art. But like George Orr, the Mad Potter of Biloxi, made these giant grotesque jugs that had faces on them. They're worth thousands of dollars. So some folk artists have gone on to celebrity status even. So let's take a look at what we have today. We have the utilitarian folk art, the true definition of folk art, but then we also have some folk art that is art for art's sake, which is my favorite, whimsical kind of weird folk art. So let's get cracking. Take a look at what I found over the last few months. I've been acquiring some interesting folk art. I found this at a flea market for $1, $1 American dollar, and this is a pincushion for someone who sews, what have you. But if you turn it over, tin can alley. Yep, this thing was a tin can carved up and decorated to look like this weird sort of Victorian chair. Is that Victorian? I don't know. But this is, I paid $1 for this. I believe I could sell this for in the 16 to 18 range in my booth, somewhere in there. And yeah, it's interesting. It's weird, whimsical. Some people also call this hobo art, transient art, like stuff made out of popsicle sticks, a popsicle stick basket. Yeah, it's got great geometric look, cool wood handles, and matchsticks that are burned and then interwoven kind of, you can see. Just these little add-ons that make this look very geometrically pleasing basket. I had a lamp made out of popsicle sticks that sold for $50 immediately. And this basket, I believe, is in the $20 range. I paid $3 from the Goodwill in my hometown of Oakland, Maryland. Next thing I found was this guy. Again, utilitarian. These things have useful. This is an ashtray, but it's a giant whimsical wood pipe ashtray. I mean, this was $8 at Habitat for Humanity. $8, which a lot of people would balk at, and I certainly would not because of the size. And I know that tobacco stuff sells. Someone who smokes a pipe would absolutely go nuts to have this. So I know that $8 is a little steep for a buy-in, but I think you're looking at 32, 35 maybe you could get out of this, possibly. Very unusual, which helps sell the item. And this is not as unusual, but boy, I really like these for some reason. I found these in the, whoa, what's going on? What's happening? These are candlestick holders, okay? Very unusual. As you can see, they are wobbly for a reason, because when you put them on the wall, right, they sort of do this. Well, this guy's, yeah, super unusual, handmade. I don't know how old they are. I would guess probably 20 years old at least. Maybe could be much older, but I don't know if you could use them this way. You could use them this way, but these were $2.99 each, which again, steep, but because I'm a fan of this genre, I paid it. I'll probably ask around $22, $24. Make a few bucks on these, but I just like the way they look. I like it's interesting. All right, so we've seen the utilitarian, the useful. Now we're going to look at the art for art's sake. This is the part of folk art that really gets me going. Like this guy right here, made entirely out of shells. Look at his hands. It's as though he's saying, I am folk art. Okay? You can't handle folk art. Look at my hands and my feet, all made out of shells. My head is 2 shells glued together. My hands are shells. My abdomen is shells. $1 I paid for this. This is this is like a $15 to $20, and I would say on the high side because I'm such a fan. And you're not going to find anything that cute and weird. That's probably, 15, 20 bucks right there. And also in the shell art family, shell art, it's a thing. People, you don't think I won't do a whole episode about shell art, because that's where this show is headed, truthfully. Truth be told, the weird stuff. Like, look at this. All these shells put together, or are these teeth? Can you tell me? Do I have a subscriber who knows more about this genre than I do? I hope so. I'm into shell art. I'm here for that. So these were 25 cents, $1.25, like $1.50. I'm getting 20 bucks for the pair. 25 for the 2 cute, in perfect shape. Look at this. I'm here for the shell art. Now, speaking of owls, I love it when a pap or somebody's drunk uncle gets out a jigsaw and makes, this to me, this is like how much? $3 for this? American? $3? Man, this is a cool handmade wood owl. I would guess 70s, 80s. You can tell it's a little bit imperfect kind of up here, but that's kind of what makes it great. Nobody signed their name to this, but this kind of stuff is not that common anymore. To find a big owl like this, old folk art. I mean, so you ask, I paid $3 for this. I'm going to ask like $25, $30 for this owl, and we'll probably get it because the owl people come out. We all know that. And I found this. I don't even remember where I found this, but I've been holding on to this for a while. This Love big block of wood in a crazy 60s font with great wear all over this. This was probably $2.99 in that range at a thrift store, and you're looking, if you sell this for 35 bucks, it's a good deal, because again, one of a kind. Someone made this. This is folk art. So now we're down to our last item that is a huge eye-catching piece that I found at Goodwill in Oakland, Maryland. This giant wood bowl, hand-done, hand-carved, geometrically pleasing, theme of the show. But it's unusual to have something this big be in perfect shape. If this is 30 years old, 40 years old, which I can't really prove one way or the other than like it has good wear on the bottom. And the design, this was the style in the 60s. So I'm assuming it's 60s, maybe 70s. And this was 10 bucks. So I paid $10 for this. Did not even hesitate because of how the condition. It's spectacular. It's, almost 2 feet across. Now, the same day I found this, there were, stay with me, there were 6 of these ding-dang bowls that went with it. Now, the bowls were marked $3 at Goodwill. And when I bought the big bowl, the cashier said, I think there's little bowls that go with that. So the big bowl was 10. These are 3 each. And I'm like, looks like I'm splitting this group up because I'm not paying $3 a piece for this. But I waited until Sunday, half price, and then the color of the week became 99 cents, and I got all 6 for $6. So from 18 to 6, I waited and brought the set back together. I didn't budge. I said no, and then here we are. Now, so look, I paid $43 for everything you saw. $43. And when it's all said and done, through eBay, through Facebook Marketplace, my booth at the antique malls, I'm looking at $285 off $43, which is a pretty good profit off stuff that some people consider absolute junk. I'm looking at you, Seashell Man. But you can learn how to do this too. Keep watching the show, Mid-Mod Money. Remember to subscribe and to always round up.